is Muhammad Ali Khan and I am a student of FAST University. The topic of my presentation is the future of our brains. Okay, so today I'll be telling you about some technologies which are the future of our human brain and how and where it is headed to. So our human brain and where it is headed to. If you realize that for over hundred and thousands of years the brain has remained the same, but the world around us has changed dramatically. That's because it's the power of the brain. It is very elastic. It is very mobile. So today we are going to tell you how this brain is going to change everything. And people around the world are doing this. What they are doing is have some made of technology. They have made a technology named EEG. So what it actually does that it measures your brain waves, that how much waves your brain is generating per second. So it allows you to do different things. For example, you can move a cursor on a wall with just using your head. You do not need anything. You can move a cursor on a screen. It allows you to tell your concentration level. Okay, so they can actually capture and identify what a person is dreaming. What they do in EEG, that they hook these devices up to a person's head and then let them sleep. And when they wake up, they are said to recall what did they see in their dreams. What this device actually does, that it makes a pattern in the brain. That is just a beginning what we are headed to. Actually, what it does, that the person sees the pattern, and when the person goes to sleep again, if he dreams the same thing, he can recognize the pattern which the device has told us. Okay, so the next thing what technology is doing with our brain, they are trying to make a chip, a small chip like a SD card, a reader chip, that is going to insert in your head, and it is going to do functions without doing anything. You can control things through your mind. So actually what the chip does, the chip inserts in your brain, and scientists actually have done this. They experimented this on monkeys. There was a monkey which broke its spinal cord, and its limbs and all its lower body was paralyzed. What scientists did, they inserted a chip back on his spinal cord, and they inserted another chip on its brain. You know what? The monkey started walking again and started running again. That's because they connected his systems through the chip. So this is what they can do with a chip. So now what they did, that in a laboratory they made a place where they were driving they had some wheelchairs, and monkeys, when the chips were inserted in the brains of the monkey, they could drive the wheelchair by using the strength of the brain. This is what monkeys can do with the power of their brain just by using the chip. What can we do when we get the chip in our brain? Okay, so what else did scientists did? They actually made a robotic arm, and monkey was tied to one end, and the robotic arm had a food which monkey wanted to eat. So they inserted a chip in the brain of monkey. So without moving, monkey used his brain because he wanted the food, and he used his power of his brain to bring the robotic arm near to him, and then the monkey feeded himself through the power of his brain. That's just because of this new brain computer technology. Okay, so this chip would be available for people. Okay, so this chip can be used for humans. For example, someone has a severe disorder like shivering or cold. So doctor will use this chip in future for someone who is paralyzed from the neck down, or someone who is in serious medical disorder, so that he can use his parts of the body. Okay, you know what scientists did? Scientists actually inserted this chip into the brain of mouse. What they did, they inserted the chip in the brain of mouse, and they gave him different levels of difficulty to reach a sort of food, so that if you complete this, you will get food, just like a game. So the mouse took it weeks to understand this. What the scientists did? They took the chip out, they used the chip through the internet to another mouse in another corner of the world. They connected the chips, they connected the brains of the mouse through that chip. You know what the chip did? It actually connected the brains of the mouse. So eventually, anything, he learned everything from the chip, and he could complete all the levels of difficulty just because of that chip. He got everything in his mind because of that specific chip. Okay, so just imagine that how this all is going to be in the next upcoming years, because scientists are also trying to do brain to brain communication without seeing each other, without speaking a word. They will just use these small chips inserted in each of our heads, and we will be communicating with each other using that chips. That would be amazing. And the next thing is the scientists are going to connect that chip to the internet. So everything will be available from the internet right in your brain. Nowadays we have to Google the thing, or we have to open the web browser, or we have to open some sort of dictionaries. We have to go through all that. Everything, every program of code, every line, every information on the internet will be available in our brain at the runtime. Another interesting thing of this chip, that when we are connected to each other, we will not only be able to transfer memories. We will not be able only to transfer knowledge. We will be able to transfer memories. For example, somebody has a skydiving memory in his head. We can get that memory from his brain because we all are connected. You won't be able to identify that was that my memory or did I get it from someone else, because there will be no recognition of it. And after all of it, we will be able to download the knowledge from the internet. We will be doing everything in a virtual way. Like now we go to a cinema to see a movie, or we use a VR to see the movie, or something like this. But then when we have a chip in our brain, we will be able to use all of it in our brain. We will be in a virtual area in our brain. Like when you see your dream, it is a real dream. You are not present there, but it feels like you are there. Just like as you were in your dreams, you can make a whole virtual world in which, through using your brain, you will make a world using your brain, and you will be there at that time. Okay, so these were all the positive sides of new brain technology. One of the bad side is brain hackers and mind control. Imagine just if someone just controls your brain through that chip, because everything is on the internet. So he eventually hacks the internet or something related to that. So he can use you as anything, as a credit card. He can use your credibility things. He can use you and your thinking. He can actually manipulate you to do anything, because he has hacked you, or he has taken over you. So this was my presentation. I hope you all like it.